My pee-pee getting crushed.
Okay, welcome to the podcast, everyone. This is Built Different, episode 5. Today we have a very special guest, Shane O'Leary.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah,
His last podcast.
yeah. Make sure
Thank
to
you for having me.
comment down below. Welcome, Shane. Thank you for being on. Thank
Welcome,
you for taking the
Shane.
time out to be on our awful shit show of a podcast.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway.
it's great. I think it's great.
Oh, thanks, man.
Aw. 5-star
Just
reviews
wait.
by all the girls.
Yeah, all the women, all the women.
the women.
Well, I
love this
can say
show.
I've successfully watched at least 5 minutes of every episode.
Yes,
Oh,
dude.
wow.
At least 5 minutes.
I wish
More
that's
than
how long it
90% of our
was.
viewers.
Yeah.
Who
Where's the
aren't
graph?
subscribed.
Put the graph up.
More work for the editor.
dude.
If you didn't
Editor,
know,
where's the graph?
a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, so it's free
do
to
that
just
right
hit
now.
the subscribe button
Yeah.
and the like button. I
Make sure
mean,
you ring that bell.
Yeah.
Ding,
yeah,
ding, ding.
just throw it down.
Smash that.
guys,
How about
it's
this?
free.
Just scroll down and just start hitting buttons.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Randomly.
There's so many
You might
buttons
get
down
one.
there. Go off with it.
Just go for it.
Just go.
Make sure to leave a comment about
If
how
you're a dude-
disappointed you are.
If you're a dude, just practice your hand speed. You can need this later on.
yeah.
But try with your thumb.
Anyway, so today we are talking about fear, some of our irrational fears, and just sharing some stories. Does anyone have anything they want to kick us off with? Maybe an irrational fear or something?
I think you should start, and then I'll lead into mine because
Yeah.
it kind of goes off yours.
Oh,
Ooh.
mine isn't really a big thing. I just hate sharks. Every time I watch a shark movie or something, I'll literally walk around expecting a shark to just be floating through the air, just waiting for me around a corner, dude. In my head, that's what my head does.
How
to me.
far out do you get? How is it up to your knees?
He doesn't
Or
get
is
in the
that
water,
too far for you?
period.
Literally, if I watch a shark movie right now and I open that door, I will expect a shark to be right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're floating
You
around in
not
the
to be
air.
at the ocean?
I literally on dry land, miles away from any body of water.
My man's hallucinating.
Bruh, but
Yeah,
you
I
wanna
hate sharks.
What
I'm
if it-
getting
what if it's just-
shaky right
What if it's just what if it's the meme shark, like the emoji shark, the one that
Oh.
I'm gonna send it every time I send you a text message. Now I'm gonna use.
face recognition
Yes,
one, yeah.
yes.
I'm going to send them the sharks with a human smile. Just like,
No, you know what's so terrible? He told me that, and I was on the computer. He was back on the couch. He's like, "Dude, I have a really bad fear of sharks. I hate them. I shake and I start sweating." I was like, "Really?" And
Look
I
at
just
he's
go and
twitching.
type in sharks, and I just started looking at images of sharks on Google Image, and he was just in the back, just like, "No, stop it!" I'm just like, "Dude, look at this one. It looks fine."
My boy.
I
Aw.
was like, this one's so cute. Look at its eyeballs, all big and everything.
So-
It looks like a cartoon. Come on.
So-
Scared of that? And I'm
Can
just
you-
like,
So,
man.
so on the beach, do you get in the water sometimes or no? It's just 100%.
when
no.
I was a kid, I used to go really far out because I wasn't really scared back then. I don't know what changed, but yeah, no.
No water?
I don't really frick with the water anymore.
Really?
Yeah, no.
So let me ask you this: When Baby Shark became very popular, you get scared every
That
time
song
you
would
play
go
it.
on, dude. I just curl up in a ball, dude.
Shaking. He's having
It
a
was being
seat.
played.
Oh.
Daddy.
Sure. Okay.
when grandpa sharks come, oh,
Oh, God.
That's a
the worst.
seasoned warrior right there.
yeah,
Seasoned
he
warrior.
does seen some things. He knows the moves, dog.
Oof, oof. You got the motion of the ocean down here.
I don't want to say I have the same fear, but it's kind of the same. It's like the fear of the unknown. So it is scary when you're out there in the ocean and you're just
Open water.
Yeah.
open water. And when it's clear, it's the worst.
But I was going to
Because-
say murky water or
I'd rather take murky water because I can't see the shit down there. But if it's clear,
That's
I
more
can see
unknown,
straight to
though.
the. No. This is all right. Here's a story for it. All right. Yeah, exactly. So we were at the beach, and my parents got a canoe and a paddle board that we could ride out, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be fun." So I
Yeah.
hopped in the canoe. I got my shirt off. I'm fucking flexing. I'm getting it out there. I'm just broing my ass off. Come back in. I'm like, let me whip on this paddle board. I got some pretty good balance. So I get out there. I'm paddling, it's not that bad. I'm paddling, and we're in Destin, so the water is pretty clear.
Really nice.
So I get out there. I'm I'm at the sandbar, the far out sandbar,
Yeah,
not the close one. And I'm like, damn, this water's clear. And I look down, and suddenly all I hear is doo doo. And I'm like, oh shit, man! I can see straight to the bottom, and then I start freaking out. I'm shaking a little bit, and I'm looking around. So I immediately regress back to and I laid down on the board and I put my paddle under me and I had my little hands like this. I'm talking just like the first 2 links of my finger, and I'm just like
wait.
doggy paddling my.
Let's go back to that metaphor.
So
Backtrack. Can you explain that metaphor?
no,
please?
I'm not. So
I'm gonna leave that to the
you know what a
imagination.
paddleboard is, though,
I
right?
do.
Okay.
I'm confused at how the
Vagina. How does that?
Yeah, how does that-
I just became a pussy.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I became a pussy, and I
Gotcha.
literally paddled with my little fingies all the way back on the board.
Took a long time.
And I was like,
Hours
the
to
board
that
was
thing.
kind of short compared to how tall I am, so I was like scrunched up like this, and I'm like,
I can picture that.
it was
That's
awful.
hilarious.
I got back, my parents were like, "What were you doing?" And I was like, "I got scared." I got scared.
I ain't gonna lie.
That explains it.
This was only last year, so
Yeah.
oh my not that long
You should
ago.
have said that. I remember when you left to go there.
Oh my god.
Maybe we shouldn't tell current stories, like something that happened just recently.
I was out in the middle of the ocean one time. We were surfing. This was when I went to Florida with
Matthew?
Stay with Matthew, yeah. And we went surfing. He had like a surfing school that he was doing, and I was just like, "Frick it, I'll join in or whatever." We were out in like, we were pretty far. Like people on the beach
Yeah,
looked tiny.
see, I can't. No.
And like, cause that's where the waves were the best, apparently, to the teacher. And there was I was swimming, like I had my chest on the board and everything. I was paddling out there, and I literally saw a fin come up, like flap.
Fuck no.
Flap the
Full
the water.
fetal.
And I was just
Full
like,
fetal on the board.
I was like, what is that?
You
Turns
looked
out-
at it?
Yeah, it turns out it was a gigantic manta ray. This thing had a 6-foot wingspan, but that little fin that came up,
Yeah.
like his wing,
Yeah.
he was flapping in the water, and that fin just came up, and I was just like, the frick was that? And then, like the surfing like instructor came up, and he's just like, guys, there's a manta ray out here, dude, and like went over and like was stroking his back. I'm like, I'm heading back to the beach,
Wait,
bro.
he was
God.
That's what killed Steve Werman,
you
bro.
stroking
Looking
the manta ray's back or your back?
Both. Yeah, the man's right in one.
You gotta be specific here. What was it's okay, but okay.
These things are amazing. Wow, how rare.
I actually have a question. The surfing instructor,
Yeah.
when he went out and he did his surfing thing,
Yeah.
did he like go up and hit the lip, whoop bam, and smack the lip, whoop did he do that?
And he was pitted. Was it pitted? He was
pitted in there. So pitted.
Yeah, dude. So
So pitted, dude.
So pitted.
God.
Oh, dude, this is crazy. But no, yeah, that was my experience. Yeah, so I can kind of get your fear
Yeah,
a little bit,
I
but it don't. phase
Yeah,
me.
we
Man,
need
you
to
still went
find
out there.
right
See, I
here.
would have never made it that far.
built different.
Built, yeah.
Oh yeah, like a
Hey.
neon sign.
Hey, talk about fears and built different. Like, I'm a big boy, you know what I'm saying? But like heights, cheese.
Same.
Not for me.
Same.
Really?
I had to get up in the attic today, above my garage.
That
So
bad?
serious.
I know. Just listen. I had to get in the attic. I pulled this little wooden ladder down, and you know how in my garage, you've been in there a couple times, I think. How it's brick steps that step
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Well, the attic pulls down over the expanse.
Okay.
And then
heck
bridges from here to the top of the brick steps.
Okay.
So when you walk out, you're just over the tool set, dead space.
Oh.
So I'm looking at it and I'm like, when was this house made? Oh, okay. 40 years
20
ago?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
And I wait how much?
And I'm like, I wait how much? I was like, Dad, why don't you? Yeah, get
Oh,
up there.
you put your dad up there.
Yeah, I did. Fuck yeah, I did.
Oh, come on.
I saw that man. That man took a step and it kind of shifted, and I was like, "Ooh."
He was just like, in the event that this does break, I want it to be my dad.
Exactly. You lived a long life. No,
No, no,
I love
no.
my dad. I love
Daddy,
my dad.
You've
But
got,
look,
you've got
look,
more meat on
look,
your bones. You would
this
take
man-
So you can see what would
This
happen
man,
if it broke.
look,
Right.
to show you how
Right.
bad it is, this man heard me like, ooh, behind him, and
Wait,
he
you
got
what?
scared. So he jumped up, and when he shifted, he jumped up because I made a noise and grabbed the edge with both hands and pulled himself up because and then he goes, did it move? And I was like, yeah, it did, yeah. I can't do it.
Wait,
I was so I stood there for a little bit and he goes, man, I wish you could see up here. And I was like, no, I can see. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it looks good. It's big.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an attic.
View from down here is great. Yeah.
Then he goes, no, you got to get up here. So I went and grabbed a metal ladder, like a big one, like
Yeah.
when you get on top of the house. And I rigged it up so that it was touching the top of the floor up there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't touching the little metal hangers that were holding it.
Yeah.
And it was touching the floor. And then even as I'm crawling up it, I'm like,
Really?
Is it strong enough?
I couldn't go fast, so I'm going like
1, 2.
I'm just imagining walking up to that scene, seeing
so
Reed's
slow.
dad and Reed
so
just like,
slow.
two
And then my
very
dad goes,
strong
he goes, I
men.
got you. Let me give you your hand. He gave me his hand and pulled me up. The rest I was like,
Oh my God. How am I gonna get down now?
getting down was
oh my
worse.
God.
Oh
So
yeah,
he-
getting down is always
So
worse.
you're not supposed to come down. If you don't know this, you're not supposed to come down feet first.
No.
Like
Well,
you are, but you're not.
just go ahead
You're
first.
not
You
supposed to
do
come down backwards. You're not supposed to come down backwards, like your ass towards the ladder.
Yeah.
But I'm so scared that I want to see it happen if it happens.
Oh.
So I go down feet first, but then I didn't want to touch the ladder. So I'm holding onto the thing and I'm like worming my way down, like with my hands on top
My
of the
gosh.
lip, so that I'm hanging on the edge and I'm only like maybe this far down from the last rung, and I kind of like touch it with my toe and I put a little bit of weight on it and I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then-
You're basically on the floor already.
no, I'm not. I'm still in midair hanging, but I'm only like this far above the last step. But I kind of lowered down like with one hand so I can touch it and put some weight on it. And then I do it real fast. I'm like, oh my weight, jump.
this man.
It was pretty bad. It was
I can,
so
totally,
bad.
I can concur to what you were saying. Like even today when we were playing Rust,
Yeah.
we were up on the top of that dome.
Yeah.
That sketches me out. My hands were sweating.
Well, you
just
saw
looking
me
around.
die, and I kind of freaked
That
out when I
scared me
died.
even worse. I'm
I
like,
started
oh my.
falling, and my body was like in my chair going. No.
That's so weird. I had no
We're
idea.
doing like some parkour shit to get up on this really high like building thing,
Yeah.
and then we had to get back down. So you have to parkour even harder to get down.
Yeah.
And I fell, and I started like twitching in my seat as I was falling. 'Cause
Dang.
I
Your
was
Character's
scared.
just static, and you're just
Yeah, exactly.
Bro.
All I see is the floor rushing up to me. So I was scared.
He takes fall damage in real life. Sitting at
I
his
fall
desk.
out of my chair. Ah!
Res me! Res me! Get me up!
I did. I started crying. I was like, please, please.
Oh man.
So weird.
Yeah.
I'm not like that at all. I
No,
feel like
with
if it's
heights,
like
you get used to
sketchy,
it.
if it's like sketchy, I kind of like that.
It doesn't matter how much protection I have. I did one of those the zip line things.
Yeah.
Like up, like when you're like
Yeah.
4 stories up in the trees.
Yeah.
And there's like obstacle course or whatever. I had a fucking death grip on the little rope and the
my
hanger,
God, dude.
and I kept checking my little hanger. I was like,
Dang.
We need to
make
go
sure it
do an
was screwed
obstacle
in.
course.
And then I was like tiptoeing across stuff and that. Then when you have to zip line across an expanse, I was just like,
Really?
So we're
myself up as
gonna
high
do
as I
a
could.
build different vlog, and we're gonna go to like a team building, like zip line
Frick
course,
yeah.
like yeah.
Heck yeah. I
Let's
love
go do
that.
it.
I feel like if there's a lot of safety equipment, I hate it. It's like
No,
if
it
it limits
doesn't
my
matter.
mobility,
No,
I
I
hate
get
that.
point.
Okay, I get this.
Yeah,
I get this
absolutely.
because freedom of movement is
Yeah.
very important. But
Yeah.
the same thing, kind of going along with what you both were saying, is like there's a point in time where I feel like heights don't matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm 100 feet off the ground, that's sketchy, dude. Like I'm
Yeah.
sweating.
Yeah.
But if I'm 10,000, 1,000
You're
feet,
gonna die.
like,
You're gonna die,
5,000
yeah.
feet,
Yeah.
like
It's
skydiving,
regardless, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's scary.
well, I'm not ready to die. You know what I'm saying? So
Me
like
neither.
any kind of height off the ground, 1 foot, I can still die from that. So I'm just, I'm flipping out.
But you know what I'm saying? There's a point in time where, like, okay, what if you're in space? You're like 30,000 feet up
Oh,
in the
that's
air.
different.
Are you still scared?
Yeah.
You don't
I am.
fall when you're in space.
You're literally
You don't
floating.
fall.
You know, if
That's
the
the
gravity
problem.
of the earth catches you, you're
Oh,
falling
no,
like
you
a
would-
fucking rock.
You would be burned, I think.
yeah,
right?
you'd evaporate.
Hopefully
before
I
you touch
die
the
way
ground.
before.
Okay, I was trying to make a point. Like,
Hopefully I
the
passed
point where-
out
Yeah, no,
one
no,
second
I
into
get
it.
you.
Anyway.
I just would never get myself into that situation where I'm that high.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a friend to the ground. I like to
Dude.
take my shoes off and like
You don't-
barefoot feel the earth.
You don't,
That's the
you don't
6'2"
understand. You don't understand peer pressure, bro. I'm like the amount of family members I have that you know my family members.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what I was hearing when I was just like
Yeah.
quaking? Pussy, get over there, Reed, get your ass over there! Like, fucking yelling, kicking me over the
Come
over the
on.
expanse. I'm like, please, please. Wiggling the bridge as I'm walking across it. Like,
If Reed was
no.
an anime character, he'd just be in sketch mode where he's just like frozen up.
Dude,
all white.
No form. Yeah.
He's Reed is the yellow guy off Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's literally
Reed's
who
gonna,
he is.
Reed's gonna hate. Reed's gonna hate that analogy.
Inyusuke
Fuck Demon
or whatever.
Slayer.
Inyusuke?
Boy,
No, I'm
Inyusuke,
joking.
whatever his name is. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
That's good.
Jonathan, we need to get together with his dad and just be like, yo,
Yeah.
Mr. Lukey, I think we should go like ziplining or something.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were like trying to
100%.
put him on Demon Slayer. I was like,
Now listen, I'll tell you what. As bad as I am, my dad's even worse because he won't even try it.
Really?
We went to the zip line.
FBI agent of a dad.
Yes, we
Well,
went
that's
up.
right.
We went up to the tree thing, and I got peer pressured into it. But my dad, from the get go, walked out, sat on a park bench, and he went, "Have fun, guys."
no,
That was it. I said, "You're not coming." He goes, "Hell no." The whole time.
Bro.
That's wisdom.
Yeah.
That's
That's where he
you.
got his fear from. He inherited it.
That's you in 15 years.
That's true.
Oh man.
Dude, I have gray hairs in my beard.
No way.
Right
I got gray hairs in my
Right
hair.
here, dead ass.
You want me to
I have
pull-
like
you want
some
me to pull
gray
them out?
beard.
I got
I have
gray
some
hairs in my.
ones.
Wait, what?
What's up?
Wait, what's up, dude?
Exactly.
Man.
Dude, I can't wait till my hair turns gray. This
story,
is
bro.
fire.
Silver fox, baby.
I'm coming your way, girls.
I'm already there. I'm there before him.
Got daddy issues.
Oh, got daddy issues. I'll solve
Daddy issues,
them.
my man.
Or make them worse. One of that, whatever
got
you
daddy
want.
issues.
Whatever
I
you
won't
want.
even
For
bother.
a solid price of $99.99.
No, you just gotta pay for food.
Yeah,
it.
that's
Stop.
No, you know that's the way to my heart.
That's his currency, food.
That's how our first went.
yeah. If you've watched any of the podcasts, you already know that.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So who's next with fears?
Yeah,
Is it
hit me
you?
with it, Kyle.
Heights was my biggest one.
Really? Okay,
Then
okay.
drowning, probably that experience that I had at the lake house when
Yo, yeah.
I was.
I had a recent
don't know,
one as well.
Young, maybe 13, 14, something like that. I was
Yeah.
on like an inner tube that was like, get this, in the shape of a
I
dolphin,
remember
right?
that, yeah.
No, that was the other one.
It was
Sorry.
actual a tube. It was an
tube.
actual
It was a
tube.
tube.
Oh,
But it was deflated a little bit, right?
oh no.
So you have to pull up on it, obviously. But as I was going, I had relaxed my grip a little too much.
Oh no.
And the rope sagged down into the lake as we're pulling. You know, they're booking it on the speedboat.
Yeah.
And the front dips in, and it
Yeah.
yanks my head forward.
Yep.
And the thing doesn't flip all the way, but my head is stuck under the water as they're going. Just imagine your head. You can't pull it up.
And all
because
that weight,
all
yeah.
the weight's there.
Right.
So eventually I give up because I can't breathe. And it flips over the top of me, and the tube is over my head.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I guess I didn't let go or something. Anyway.
No, your hands were still like death grip
Yeah.
on the side of
Right,
the tube.
because I thought I'd have the chance of rolling back over, but I didn't. Anyway, they
My
stopped the
parents
boat.
weren't on this boat, by the way.
Who the heck was driving? I was just
My
like, who's
uncle-
that?
Uncle
It was
Russ.
Uncle
No,
Daryl.
Yo,
Uncle Daryl driving.
uncles
Uncle
are the
Russ in there.
fucking worst when it comes to No, straight up. Their only goal in life is to
Facts.
fucking terrify you. And when it
It's an
comes to,
uncle.
and when it comes to speedboats and any kind of pull behind, don't get on when your uncle's driving. You're gonna get
No,
fucked.
dude.
I'm telling you, it's not good.
100%. But then my other uncle stepped in, jumped in.
Yeah, Uncle
no
Russ
questions
is like,
asked,
bro.
dove in, flipped the thing over me.
I was losing my mind because here I am on the boat. Like at this point, like Shane was just an annoying little brother to me because like I think I was maybe you were younger than that. You were younger than 13.
So you were sitting on the boat going, yes.
No.
team.
That's the thing. Like Shane's on there, and as soon as I see like Shane's life just flashed before my eyes, I was like, "Frick, Shane's gonna die today."
Yeah.
Like Shane's gonna die, and then Uncle Russ like hopped in and like swam underneath and like flipped the thing over, and there you were like,
And Jonathan was like,
God.
"Frick," and I'm so close, dude. I just remember my heart just racing. I was just like, "Dude,
I didn't know you were
what
on
am
the
I gonna tell
boat.
mom and dad when I
Yeah.
get back?" Like,
It
Shit.
was the sketchiest moment in my childhood at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you have a life vest on, you can't go underwater.
right.
So I couldn't press.
It would have been safer
Every time
for
I
me to be
pressed
without
up
this.
on the tube, it would push me down. But I couldn't go far enough down to get under the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in a stuck situation. I couldn't
Yeah.
do anything. Imagine that.
Huh?
Like,
Yep.
I'm like, I don't know what
Is
to
it-
do.
Is it strange that I would rather die by drowning than falling off something?
No, not
No.
at all.
I'm not. So
That is strange.
I've
to me.
almost drowned a couple of times,
Right.
and I've never been scared to the point of like panic. I've always been like, oh, well, okay. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I
you
can
know what I'm
get
saying?
that.
It takes so much longer though.
It does take
It
a while.
does, but I don't like flail around. I just kind of like
You will.
No,
Once you inhale the water, it takes minutes.
I've sucked it up before. That's what I'm saying. I didn't like.
Your lungs
I
were
didn't.
never full of
No,
water.
I'm talking about like my arms. Like
Oh.
you know when
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
panic and they
Yeah,
start
yeah, yeah,
flailing
yeah,
and going
yeah,
fucking crazy. I've always just been like,
Yeah, you.
How you doing?
suck it up.
How you doing?
This man said,
No, it's you.
He perfect.
clip that, clip that.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
The water's like, yeah.
Either way, I'd rather
First time
drown.
in a long time.
I'd rather drown than
I don't
fall
know.
off some high shit.
It's I don't
no.
know.
I don't know, because when you're falling, you're just like, you
No.
have that instant panic. But if it's far enough, you're just like,
No,
all
I
right,
hope
it's gonna be instant.
I have a
Maybe.
feeling that people like it's one of those things where you panic so hard that you
Yeah.
pass out
Yeah.
before you hit
Yeah,
the ground.
true.
Yeah.
Like I bet I could scare myself enough on the initial 1 second of actually falling that I would pass out and then
Yeah.
just die.
I think a lot of people do that. Like when they jump off the
I will-
Golden Gate Bridge
I-
or whatever it is.
I
What if you
hope.
just pass out and then fall and then
And then wake up like 1 second, you go,
Never mind. Changed my mind.
wait.
And that's a joke about suicide.
Yes.
All right. Anyway,
we love those.
use the gun. Much quicker.
This is getting bleeped.
Like you gotta aim at the right spot because like
But anyway,
Speaking of guns,
no.
anybody have
No.
bad experiences
ha-
with guns?
No.
No, really? Okay.
I've never had one go off
First
accidentally.
experience. Be quiet. First experience in my lifetime with a misfire.
I'm sure you've had a lot
A
of
discharge?
Well, I've heard you had a lot
Not
of
your kind of
discharge.
discharge. I'm talking about
Yeah.
a rifle.
Right. He's an old
shout out-
man.
Yeah.
Shout out,
I know. Yeah. Okay.
What is happening?
No, it was in a room about this size, and it was an SKS AK-47 round,
Yeah.
7.62 by 39, and it was a banana clip, and he was basically, I'm not going to name any names, but he was showing me how the round would go in with a specific banana clip,
Yeah.
not his banana, but the banana clip, and then he loaded one into the chamber, obviously forgot. And then he was going to load another one in, but the
gosh.
next bullet came up and
Yeah.
hit the primer
Yeah.
of the next
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Boom, blew up, hit his mattress. Thankfully, he was pointing it down.
yeah.
Blew a hole through his mattress, blew a hole through the wall, and
Sheesh.
just completely. It got lucky, it hit a stud. But basically, if you've ever had that happen with no hearing protection, it's like
Yeah.
a flashbang
Oh,
going
man.
off.
It's
Boom! It's,
indoors,
you just hit
closed
the
room.
ground.
You were
and
young
just-
too.
I was about
And
16.
you're so
Yeah.
fucking lucky
Yeah.
that bullet wasn't, or the gun wasn't aimed at you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Any of
he,
y'all?
he
He's
could have.
practicing good like muzzle direction at
Dude,
least.
thank
Barely.
God.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, was the gun okay after that?
Yeah,
it was-
the
it
gun
was
was
fun.
great.
Is it
Had some
scared?
PTSD,
Was it
I'm sure.
scared?
but-
Yeah, the
Okay.
gun was fantastic.
I
We went
saw-
to therapy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me.
Sure,
No,
for
not
you.
me at all. No.
3-month recovery.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was good. I was put back in the closet while the gun went to therapy.
God.
Yeah,
I saw a video on.
I got one laugh.
I'm not gay anymore. I'm going to
I saw.
That scared the gay out of him.
Get it out. Get it out.
This is Shane's last episode. No, I'm joking.
And he's
I saw a video on Instagram of I guess he was trying to be like thuggish or whatever, and he had like a Glock.
Yeah.
I
was it
forget, like a Glock.
G
19.
fuel thing.
No, it
Was
was
it
like
the police instructor who was
no,
doing
it was
the
a
you mean to do
African
that?
American man. No, it was an African American guy, and he had a clipping.
Big guy.
And he racked it. No, yeah, he racked it in the car, and then goes, we got them stacks or something. They pulled out the clip, and then he checks it. He pulls it back a little bit, but he didn't pull it back and lock it and check it with his finger. So he pulls it back a little bit, and you see the bullet just flop around in the
Oh,
chamber,
no.
and then he lets it slide back, and he goes, we stay out here, and he went and just shot himself in the leg
Bro.
Nice.
in the middle of the car.
Nice.
Dang.
Try to
what a
explain
legend.
that one.
I just shot myself,
Try to explain that.
dude.
Yo.
Like imagine it's like, yeah, I got shot by myself.
And he probably wasn't supposed to have that gun.
Probably
Well, on the
not.
same note,
Nice.
Kyle peed himself on the way here.
Oh, he did.
In the middle of my car.
Get up, show him. Show him. No,
No, it dried
It's
up.
dried
it's all
now.
dry.
Faded now.
Still smells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
still smells like.
I keep that pee on me. I'll be
No,
dishing.
Hey, P&P.
I'm not really to bring it back to the guns. I guess we never
Yeah.
left the guns, but I'm not really scared of guns. I'm just scared of doing something wrong,
Right.
like her making someone else feel uncomfortable
Yeah,
around a gun.
yeah.
I'm scared of people with guns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Certain
well, like,
people
I
should
went-
not.
Certain.
Certain people.
I went
for
to
sure.
like a firing range once it was like the police range or something. So there was a policeman like
Walking around,
walking us like through the range and like with us because we had a group with us. But I'm definitely afraid of doing anything wrong because I'm so scared of cops. But I never really do anything wrong because I'm so scared of cops.
Please,
But I guess my dad went to go use the bathroom. I was with my dad, and the rest of the group kind of went down the range, and he was showing them like stuff down the range, and we had all our guns on the table. My dad was off peeing, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait for him. So I was just on the table, and I just pulled out my gun to clear it to make sure there was nothing in there, and even though I'd already cleared it like before we left, he was down the range, and he was like, hey, put that gun down. And I put it down. I was like, okay.
Gee.
And like ever since then, dude, like I
Put the fear
like
of God in you.
Yeah.
Dang,
I was
okay.
how old were you?
That was his bad.
I was younger.
I thought you were gonna
Maybe
say
that's
it was
why
like
he
a
did that,
month
'cause you
ago,
were so
just, like,
young.
Yeah.
Like you knew what
Yeah.
you were doing,
Yeah.
but he didn't know who you were, and like
Right.
He didn't know you knew what
I
you were
understand
doing, yeah.
why he did it, but dude,
Yeah.
ever since then, bro,
Bro.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good though.
Yeah.
That's really good. I wish a lot of that. I wish that happened to a lot of people.
honestly, yeah.
I'm the type of person that sees someone that I know is a little crazy pick up a gun. I start edging behind other
Yeah.
people. I'm like,
Hey man, you see,
go ahead, get up there.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
say-
get a little closer.
I'm getting behind trees suddenly. I'm like,
I'm not like that at all. I'm the kind of person that goes, yeah. So why don't we?
Yeah.
takes it away from.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's my thing. Like,
Having a healthy respect of guns is very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Like, even if you know you're a professional, you have to have that healthy respect because it is a machine. It doesn't matter what you're pointing it at; it's going to blow it off.
yeah.
Whenever you pull,
doesn't
the
care what your
trigger,
name is. Like
doesn't
Dad always
matter.
says. Yeah.
It's a machine. It's made to do one thing, and it doesn't matter whose hands it is. It's going to blow up.
That's
pull a hole
what
in
Dad
the-
always taught
Yeah.
us from like this tall.
Yeah.
Like we would. Well, it doesn't take much for Kyle, but
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still there.
Yeah. Still there.
Yeah.
Real quick. Oh,
No,
you're
no,
not
no.
standing up. My bad. I'm sorry. You're standing up.
But I never forget. I never forget.
He's short.
That's funny.
You're tall. He's short.
I'll never forget. Dad took my first experience was Dad took me out to the backyard with the sawed off. Yeah, you remember
I
this?
was just your wording. You took me out behind the shed.
No.
With
He bit me over.
Took me to the backyard.
blindfolded me.
With the sawed off and like did that whole speech like it doesn't care what your name is.
Yeah.
You know these are the rules. Muzzle direction always. You know keep your
Triggers.
finger off the trigger.
Yeah.
Make sure the chamber's not loaded. Like all that stuff. You can go through that, and then he proceeds to blow up a freaking watermelon. You know,
Hit-
size of my head.
Yeah, he drew your
Shatters it.
face on it.
Yeah.
First. This could be your head.
No, and that's what he was saying. He was just like, look, you know that's what this does.
Yeah.
And then like he's like, I showed you how to do it. I'm gonna watch you.
That's how I'm gonna teach my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
And it
That's
worked.
how y'all taught me, and that's how I teach everyone in my family
That-
was to shoot. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
Me, I'm gonna print out a photograph of my kid's face and then put it on the watermelon and have them shoot.
Every time you
Yeah.
disrespect me,
Yeah.
I want you to think of this
See
image
that?
right here.
That'll be you.
Your mom will never
Hey,
know.
make sure that we're there so we can see.
Oh, it's going up on YouTube for
Yeah. It's gonna get taken down.
And
The
then
FBI's
he's going
coming
to
town.
jail. And then he's going to jail
We'll
right
never
after
see you
that.
again.
Court case. McGran versus whatever.
I'm in the pen and like big dudes are like, so what you win for? I'm like, I made my kid shoot a watermelon with his face on it.
And they're like, oh shoot, stay away from this guy. He is savage.
That dude's crazy. He shot a watermelon.
Hilarious.
No, yeah.
I never got to tell my irrational fear.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
go for it.
Watermelon?
Watermelon?
Back
Back
there.
to it. We're back.
your face on
Watermelon.
it?
So yeah, there was a time when my dad took me. I'm just kidding. No,
Shed.
my irrational fear is not necessarily fear of the dark, but fear of the dark in unknown places.
Oh, like somewhere you haven't been before?
Dude. Like so for example, like going in someone else's woods, like I've house sit before.
Oh, yeah.
And like there's been something like that's happened in someone else's backyard where there's woods and like there's no
Yeah.
light. Dude, you just feel like you're like your neck hairs just stand up
Yeah.
on end, and you're like,
Wonder
you're like turning around, like, and then you hear stuff like irrationally.
Yeah, that's why I can't stand a house sit because I'm in someone else's house and I don't know what the frick's
What
going
is
on.
happening
I
over
also
here?
don't know what the frick's going on over here.
I'm in the middle of a story here.
I'm sweating.
Take it off.
I just brought something up when Kyle was like 7 years old that he told about.
Okay, I thought I was a poet. This is why I'm such a good rapper.
Sorry, we're gonna have to go back to that. I'm sorry.
We'll go back.
Should we do mine or his first?
I'll go for it.
Okay,
Sorry.
so I was kind of like scared of the dark. You know, I had like night terrors and stuff when I was a kid, and it was really bad. And I wrote on my bunk because we used to sleep in a bunk. He was above me. I used to write things like on the wood above me.
I did that
Remember
too.
that?
Yeah. So I wrote. I had this dope idea, and I was just like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm not scared of the dark because these guys would bully me for being scared of the dark.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not freaking scared of the dark. I'm scared of what's in the dark. And I was like, frick yeah, that's fire. I'm like 6 years old. And I wrote that on the thing. And no one ever saw it until we took down the bunk bed, and we grabbed the thing, and he looks at it, and he goes, what the frick is that? No.
That was my
It
secret.
was his inspirational speech every time he went to bed.
Yeah, I would stare at that sucker like at night. I would just be like, yeah.
Backing yourself up.
Imagine going and buying a bunk bed and taking it home, and then you see that on it, and you're just like, you have no clue where it's from. You're like, like in little kids' handwriting, and you're like, yo.
Give this bunk bed back.
All right, holy water this ish until it's like blessed.
Bleach.
Hold up. Pause.
Oh.
Doge just hit 6 cents.
Oh,
Oh
I'm
shit.
gonna
Sell.
Y'all haven't
Sell.
sold?
Sell.
Wait, really?
Sell. Sell.
Stop.
To the moon!
To the moon! Hold the line! Hold the
I don't know. I'm paused. It's still going up.
No,
It's still going up.
Damn.
to the moon, baby. To the moon. I'm on a rocket ship right now. And
I
I'm
can't.
going.
Bro.
Where am I going?
To the moon.
There it is.
I
Honest
cannot
to
wait
God,
until this makes
honest to God, I hope it fucking blows
I'm
up
serious.
so that I can be like, I know it,
I
dude.
can't. I cannot wait for this man to make $100K off this and just be
Yo,
like,
I made $1 million because I was gonna go to the moon. Like every time it hit a certain time.
Fuck. You're actually making me want to buy some.
I know.
Dude, not right.
at
Don't buy
6
some right
now.
now.
To
It's
hold
high.
it.
But what if it goes up even more?
To the moon. That's where I'm gonna be.
No, listen. In case you don't know what we're talking about, Dogecoin, buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So that I
guys.
can get to the moon.
To the moon.
To
Take
the
us to the moon.
Take us to the moon.
it's fine.
Fly me to the moon.
and let me hear
Also,
you
guys,
sing.
we're at 30 minutes, so I think it's time for an ad read. Make sure you
Ad
hit the
read.
link in the description to head over to Anchor
Where-
EDC's website, where you can buy all kinds of merch and stuff. And we got some nice T-shirts, some sweaters and stuff.
I'm not wearing my sweater. Dang it.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, still selling my body, $50 to get
Facts.
your name
Yep.
somewhere on me. So
on the rear derriere.
Where's my wallet?
Yeah.
shame.
Hey, credit card?
Yes, I take Apple
Wipe it in
Pay.
his butt.
Apple Pay, Venmo,
In
Cash
between the
App.
titties.
I'll take them all. You get to
Yeah,
pick a
guys.
spot.
Make sure you do that. It supports the podcast, and
Yeah.
hopefully someday we'll have a good enough setup to where we don't drop any frames and the audio isn't shit. So
Yeah.
And I'll be
Yeah.
covered in tattoos of y'all's names.
Wait a minute. So is it Anchor Forge or is it Anchor EDC?
it's Anchor EDC. There will be a
Oh.
link in the description.
Yes.
If you want to go check that out.
Go click the link.
Pump it.
I'll go check it out. Yeah.
Okay,
Dude, I'm gonna go
let's
check it out too.
Oh, really?
I think
Yeah.
all of us should go
Yeah,
check
no
it
way.
out.
Let's all
I
check
will
it out at
check
the
it
same
out.
time.
I bought mine. Did you?
I did my part.
I'm doing my part.
I talked about it for 2 weeks. But
Oh man. Anyways, we've had some weird variety of irrational fears, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Although mine
I
got
can-
talked over.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry. Go back. Go back.
Yeah,
Go
that
back.
Joke
Go
was
back.
It's
hilarious.
already on there though.
What?
I already talked about it. You guys were just
I heard
cracking
the,
jokes
I heard
whole
the
time.
first part, but
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Go
Yeah,
back.
I heard-
All right, we'll
blah,
run it
blah,
back.
blah,
If you've
blah,
already
blah.
heard this, if you've already heard this part, you
Run
can
it
just
back.
skip to the end.
Yeah.
No, my fear isn't my irrational fear is like not necessarily being scared of the dark, but being scared of the dark in an unknown place.
Serious, I'm dead serious. Stop it. What? He's going to be telling his story, and there's going to be.
Okay, I'm done.
Hey, man.
I'm done.
Everybody that knows Morse code is gonna be like, oh, shit, I'm in trouble.
This man's calling for help.
This man's gonna be like those 80 sitcoms where it's like, sweet,
Reed, not again.
again.
Reach just Morse code, send nudes.
Hey.
Shut
Anyways,
up.
Jonathan.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, you were talking about like someone else's house and like in the
Yeah,
woods.
yeah. Like that happened at I was house sitting in Lizella, and like they had these woods, and like
Right.
I heard something, and the dogs were going freaking crazy. Like they hit 3 dogs. The dogs were going ballistic. So I'm like out there like looking like, what the frick is going on? And I kept hearing stuff. And it was probably like an animal, like a whatever. But like you freaking hairs on the back of your neck just standing up and like you like turning around like
Yeah.
making sure stuff's not behind you. That kind of stuff
To that-
hits me.
To that point, have any of you ever watched the movie The Village?
Yes.
You remember?
Like-
you
That's
remember-
probably what scarred me, bro.
You remember
Like,
that?
yeah.
My parents made me watch that. Y'all have never watched that? Y'all never watched that? Have you watched it? Okay. Okay. So that
I'm tracking with you. I'm
okay,
tracking.
all right.
Hit me.
That movie, I watched it like 10 or 12 with my parents, and I was scarred for life. So
Yeah, dude.
whenever I go outside, even to this day, I go outside and I like hear some rustling.
Yeah, dude.
I've never moved so fucking fast in my entire life.
Yeah.
The hair on the back of my neck stands up.
Feels like they're right behind you the whole time.
I feel like I'm Usain Bolt, bro. I
Yeah.
go, no, all right, what's this fuck, boy? I'm fucking moving.
No, have you seen The Strangers?
Yes.
Dude, that's what gave me paranoia for like people that I don't know.
Yeah.
I legit.
This
That
is why I don't watch stupid movies.
Not stupid. They're actually really well
It's
done.
I
actually
don't.
really well
I don't
done.
give a
But-
frick.
I don't
But-
watch scary movies. Period.
Yeah.
it gives you like you know what we were talking about before, like on one of the other podcasts where we were just like
Block that out.
you just
I
block
block
it
them
out.
all out right after.
people you don't know, like how we used to say, oh, like all people are good until
Oh,
proven-
no. I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
trust anybody.
Yeah. And then we don't trust anybody. My fear of like people I don't know, that's where that came from, was seeing that movie, the Strangers, and like from like
I already
Scarred
have
me
it,
for
so I don't.
Scarred me for
Yeah. I don't need that.
So, moral of the story: if you don't want trauma, don't willingly watch things that you know will traumatize. you.
Yeah.
or do it and be safer for it. I guess.
Oh,
no.
Yes.
that's true.
Toss up.
Maybe
It's
just
toss up.
be
Practice
safe already.
safe.
Be safe.
I
Movie
guarantee
watching
you,
skills.
your
Yeah,
your
yeah.
endurance will go up
add
every
to
time
that.
you sprint to back to your.
Bro,
That's true.
bro.
If you want to
Think
be
of-
as fit as this guy,
That's
how you
all
do
he
it.
does. Is just run away from
Maybe
nothing
take
in the
your
dark.
jacket off, baby.
My man be sprinting.
Treadmill with the
He's
lights
on the
off.
treadmill. Oh, scary movie. All lights on the treadmill.
That's actually a dope idea.
Yeah.
Should
Hey,
start a
patent
thing.
that.
Yeah.
yo, yeah,
Patent pending on that one.
Yes.
Dark treadmill.
You can't
That's what
steal
we're
that.
calling.
You can't steal that.
Yeah,
Scary
that's my
treadmill.
idea.
guys. By the time this episode is up, we're gonna have a website set up, so make sure you go to that. I'll put a link in the description for that. Buy your scary movie treadmills, guys.
Yes.
Do that.
Can we do it in VR as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
That would
my
actually
God.
slap.
Did you hold on? Did y'all see the new Omni treadmills that came out with that?
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
I immediately saw an ad for it when I
Yep.
got home, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, "What the fuck is this?"
That's because they're listening, bro.
Yeah.
They heard it on
They
your
are.
phone.
Oh, I know.
NSA.
Is that why I
The
get
aliens.
dildo ads all
I
the
work-
time?
yeah.
I got.
That's why.
Why is Cullen the only one that
I don't
allowed?
need it without.
I still have that strawberry
feel
loop in my truck. I went and
Literally.
looked.
You haven't used it?
No, I went and looked in the pocket of my truck and I
Yeah.
pulled it out and it had bust everywhere. So there's like half a thing of strawberry lube
No.
just sitting in my.
You could have
No.
used half of that. Straw.
I know.
F's in the
Sometimes,
chat.
Wait a
sometimes
minute,
I
F's
get a
in the
little
chat.
there when we
fingerful
were
and I'm
talking to
like,
Cole and Will.
No, I
About the
bought it,
strawberry lube?
and
You
it
bought it.
arrived, and I gave it to Reed.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
Busted.
same one.
Use it?
That's the same loop.
Oh.
Yeah.
That lube went around.
Yeah, me
dude.
and Kyle don't need that.
No.
so I just gave it
No.
to Reed.
Yeah. It tastes good though. We
it
actually
does taste good.
tasted it. Yeah.
Tastes pretty good. It's very oily, but it tastes good.
It does taste good.
Well, because it's lube.
It tastes like that vape. It tastes like vape juice when
Yeah.
you know when you accidentally get a bit of vape juice on your lips.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit dribbles on your chin.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
Okay.
All right.
We've done everyone hit
We're at,
everyone's hit their
you
fears.
know, we're right at quitting time.
Did we
I
want
guess.
to?
No?
No.
Are we?
Did we want to hit like scary stories? Not scary stories, but like just some wild.
Just wild
Yeah,
stories.
we
Yeah.
can just run
Yeah,
some wild
hit
you
it?
started because I know
Wild
you
stories.
have one like on strap.
You have one lock.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hear this. I'm ready
All
to
right.
hear this. I need to
I
move.
think
you need to- I got
the
you.
limit of being arrested for stuff is something like I don't know. It's got to be like 5 years or something like that, right?
What do you mean?
What?
Just like for getting
Oh,
in
if you've
trouble
done
for
something
stuff.
illegal?
Yeah.
Well, if you admit it on like YouTube and they try to like take
You
you, to
can't get in
jail
trouble
for it,
for
you
it?
can just be like, oh, I made it up.
Okay, fire. All right, I made this up, allegedly.
Theoretically,
I think.
allegedly. Who knows?
Who knows? So back in high school, I don't know why, it was my senior year, so 2015, and my brother, shout out to Logan.
Shout out.
He hit me up and he was like, "Hey,
Fake
you want to
name.
go like do something?" I was like, "Sure, we can go do something." So I called out the boys. which was not these guys at the time because they were still being homeschooled. So I was hanging out with all the high school friends, and it was me and so we all piled. You remember my little Celica, my little black Celica?
Yes.
I'm bleeping all those names, by the
Okay,
way.
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, bleep them out. We piled all of
fake?
us in there. Yeah, they're all fake, allegedly. We've all piled in the car, and we went to this really nice neighborhood over by Veterans. I forget the name of it, but you guys that live over in that area, you know. So we're in there. It's a big ass neighborhood. I mean, it's huge, and we're just like winding back in there, and they're like, "Yo, let's like ding dong dish some people." And I'm like,
That's the latest prank, by the way.
I'm
That's
fucking
the latest
dude.
prank.
It is.
You're
It
in high
is.
school.
I'm in high school, and I'm like, this is so fucking dumb. But Logan and them are so hyped by it, so I'm like, all right, fine. So they go do it, and I'm the getaway car, and I park like 5 houses down, so they have to sprint to me to get into the car.
Oh my god.
So we do a couple houses, and then somewhere along the line, it escalated to, let's take out the for sale signs from their house and put it against the door so that when they open the door, the for sale sign falls against them and scares them.
Bro.
Dude, I did not come up with this. I'm like, that's fucking dumb, but they kept doing it.
Oh my god.
We get allegedly. We keep getting to the last house allegedly, which is kind of by the end of the neighborhood allegedly. And I get out, and I have not been participating in any of this. I'm just a getaway driver, but I get out and I talk to Logan. I'm like, I'm the smartest one in this group, so I grab Logan and I'm like, hey
Allegedly.
man. I was like, hey man, let's chill back here. Let's chill back here at this bush kind of by the car. And he's like, all right. Because he's younger than me, so he's going to trust his big brother. And I'm like, let's hang out over here.
Yeah.
These retards creep up to the last house, allegedly, grab the for sale sign out, put it against this guy's door, and ring the doorbell. They run back maybe like 100 feet away from the house. So it's far, but it's not like too far.
Is it
And
at
they're-
night?
Oh, it's at night.
Okay.
And they're hiding behind a bush. So this guy comes out. The for sale sign hits him. He screams the most blood-curdling scream I've ever heard in my life. And then I hear the door like try to like panically shut. And I'm like, oh shit, we better get out of here. So I tell the boys, I yell at them. I was like, hey, get the fuck back here. So they start like crawling back because they don't want to be seen. So they start crawling back. This dude comes out on his front porch with a gun, shoots it into the air in the middle of the neighborhood. I mean, loud as fuck. And he was like, where the fuck are y'all? Me and Logan are in the bush back there. He can't see us. I grab Logan. I'm like, get the fuck back to the car. So I'm sprinting. I'm basically dragging Logan with me. We get back to the car. I hop in. I'm waiting for the other guys. Turns out they were cowering in the bush. Okay. Did I leave them?
Maybe.
Allegedly left them.
We've never heard of these people
It
ever.
was a tactical retreat. I allegedly tactically retreated down the street a little bit in the car.
You were gonna come back and get their
I was gonna come back and get their bodies. I would not leave their bodies behind with the enemy. No man left behind. No man left behind.
I heard PTSD from Iraq.
So I whip out of that bitch, and Logan's in the driver's seat with me, and he goes, you just left them. And I was like, fuck yeah, I did. And he goes, allegedly. And he goes, you gotta go back. And I'm like, nah, we're going home. He's like, you gotta go back. So I whip a Yui. It's a big neighborhood. So I turn into another entrance of that neighborhood.
Oh my god.
I work my way back, but I'm trying not to look suspicious, and like rip through the neighborhood. So I'm going like a 25.
Yeah.
It takes me a while to get back there. The guy's not back there. The guy had gone back into his house, but the boys were gone. Like they had run off. They were not behind the bush anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of creep around. I'm looking or whatever. I must have circled the neighborhood, not the whole neighborhood, just that front part, like gone out one exit, gone down to the other exit, circled back around 4 or 5 times.
Jeez.
On the 5th time, I'm pulling out of the neighborhood again to make another circle.
Yeah.
And a big jacked up truck pulls up behind me. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And he flicks on his brights. And I'm like, my brain is racing, like I'm adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
So immediately I'm like,
This is the dude.
This is the fucking dude that shot the gun. So I wait a second just to see if he's going to flick his brights off. And then I open my door, get out, and walk back to his truck. And I'm like, yo, did you guys get Ding Dong Ditch too? We're trying to find them. They got my house.
Smart.
I said,
Heck,
they
dude.
got my house and we're trying to find them and stuff. This is my brother. And he was like, oh, yeah? Yeah, what house do you live in? Now, my buddy had a house back there, and I remembered his
address.
address.
Yes, say it.
So I smacked his address down, allegedly. And the homie believed me, but he was like, yeah, I'm on the phone with the cops right now, and I hear him in the car, speakerphone, and I'm like, fuck, I'm fucked. So, and I'm like, yeah, we're just out here looking for him, and he told the cops that, and then the cops were like, yeah, just tell the kid to go back home. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna head back home. So I saunter back to my car, all nonchalant, hop in the car, and I'm like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. I make one circle, I make another circle, because I'm like, I'm gonna give him one more chance. Then I remember I have another buddy that lives a street down, out of the neighborhood, a street down, and I'm like, let's go check his house. I just had this like intuition.
Yeah.
I go down there. They were crawled under the guy's car. I pull in, they see headlights.
God.
They like roll out from under the car, sprint into the car, and hop in. They're like, "You came back!" And I'm like, "I did it for y'all." We're crying. We're having a moment. I'm like, "We gotta get the fuck out of here." Throw that thing in a reverse, whip out of there, first gear. It's a manual, so I'm ripping through gears. Now this is like a 35 on the way back. I'm going 60. I whip past a cop going like 60, 65. I said, fuck. And then I put it in fifth, and I went even faster. I just kept fucking going. I just kept fucking going as fast as I could. I hit the turn, ran the red light, whipped it left, went as fast as I could. Then I whipped into another, allegedly, whipped into another neighborhood, and then parked in a house that I knew, like I knew the person there. So I parked in their like thing, and I just turned it off and waited a little bit. And I was like, like 10 minutes. Yeah, I was like 10 minutes went by, and I was like, all right, we're good. Turned the car back on, pulled out slowly, went the speed limit back home.
Okay, honestly, I've done the same thing.
Hold on. It continues.
What?
Oh,
It continues.
More? Dude, this podcast
During
is
this
only
week, this is on the weekend, so this is like a Friday. Okay. Friday night. Saturday, I go to the gym, and I'm like, I kind of want some Chick-fil-A. I go to Chick-fil-A. Me and Katie are in the car, and she was like, oh, look at this. The hills or something. It's a neighborhood, the name of the neighborhood.
Is this allegedly as well?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the neighborhood, but it's like, I'll just say the hills. The hills had a Facebook thing for their neighborhood, and they had put up a picture of my license plate, allegedly, in the back of my car, and they were like, these people ding dong dish me, and I shot a gun at them or something like that, and I was like, be on the lookout. I've never gone so fast to change my license plate in my whole fucking life.
Yo,
I was terrified, and it was just on their like they didn't take it down. It's probably still on their Facebook.
Oh my God, bro!
Jeez.
Allegedly.
My man's a criminal.
Yo, you were like on the
Allegedly.
most wanted list in that neighborhood watch, bro.
I'm gonna go back there for a while.
Man is wanted
if
in
you
the
know
suburbs.
Reed and he pulls up to your house one night, just be cool.
Yeah.
Just be cool,
dude.
We know where he is at all times.
I might leave your ass out.
God,
Why
you
didn't we
let
do
them
anything
go.
crazy like that when we were your friends?
We were just killing
I'm
animals.
glad
and
we
doing
did
stuff.
it. I'm not trying to get arrested.
Again.
I got it out of there. Okay.
Yep.
Get arrested.
Sheesh, bro. I don't know if we should put that in. That was saucy.
When I
bro.
say I can drive, I can drive, baby.
I
I was going 90 into 35.
You were like
allegedly.
baby driver.
You were maxing that Celica out, boy.
Oh my God. Sheesh, bro.
That little 4-cylinder was screaming for its
Oh,
life.
95 horsepower.
You said you put it in fifth and went even faster. I was like, oh, so like 67.
Yeah, no, I was fucking. I don't know how, but I was flying.
8 maybe.
67. That thing, the whole car was
69.
shaking. That was before.
test my alignment.
That was before we lowered it and did all that shit.
Yeah.
By the way, I sold that car to a dude.
Yeah.
You totally lied to him about that wheel, didn't you? Yeah, I know. You told me that.
He said, "Did you lower the car?" And I was like, "Nah." I didn't know. It came like that stock, and he goes, "Okay." So he was like, "Can I take it on a test drive?" I was like, "Sure, dude." And he was like, "Can we go out to the highway?" And I was like, "Nah, we're a little far from the highway," because I knew that once you got it past 60 miles per hour, the steering wheel shook like a motherfucker. So I said, allegedly, let's just drive it around here, and we drove it around here, and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
No problems. Just pulled it through gears. I know when that motherfucker drove it home. I used to have to grip I'm talking vice grip on the steering wheel because it would violently shake left to right because I never went to go get an alignment. And I'm sure the tie rods or something were like misaligned, so it just would
Oh
get the
my
death
God,
wobble.
dude.
And I would just hold it like a fucking vice so it would go straight.
This man was just like, nice, sweet.
And
Gets
I-
on the interstate and is like,
I sold that.
I'm gonna get back to that.
wait till I see that man again.
He had my number and I blocked him.
You are a man.
No.
He robbed this guy. he gets out of the car and he's still doing this.
I'm such a bad person.
Oh my god.
To his credit, he was a gymnast and he was huge. I mean,
doesn't
absolutely
matter.
an absolute muscle monster. So I'm sure he had no problem wrangling the car on the way back.
Man, would that buy an alligator? Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
That poor dude. I feel so bad for him,
Bro.
but you know, I got
You
5K
should
out
unblock
of it.
his number
So
and find him again. Be like, yo,
5K out of that bad boy.
5K?
from that Celica.
That's
Lowering
like a baby.
springs and shit.
It wasn't lowered.
Oh yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
And no spacers. What are you
No
talking about? Allegedly.
Come stock like this.
Come
Yeah,
stock.
That's gonna be the name.
Come
of the
stock
podcast.
with
Allegedly.
with non-hub centric space.
That's probably what it was.
That plus the tie rods probably caused the
Yeah.
most unholy wiggle you've ever seen.
Title of the podcast.
All right, someone hit me with a
reads
good
an
story.
alleged criminal.
No.
I don't know if we got anything that's gonna top that.
You know what I was thinking? We should cut this episode in two and tell people to sign up to our Patreon where we post the other spicy half.
The illegal stuff.
Yeah.
In our
No one's gonna do
OnlyFans.
that.
Yeah.
Then I can tell my illegal stories too.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
boy.
Does someone have another story, or did you really?
Shane
wanna
sounds
cut
like he's sitting on one.
Go ahead.
No, but
Hit us with it. Hit us with it.
oh, we're gonna wait.
No, go
The
ahead.
drug
No,
deal?
you're
You want to
here.
wait? Do you want to
You're
wait?
here.
I don't care.
What do you mean? Wait for what?
This is your last
Oh, I thought you
podcast.
wanted.
Oh, yeah, this is my last one.
No, bro.
Go home.
No, you'll make another appearance for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
for sure.
past
You want me
like
to-
normal graffiti and vandalism, allegedly,
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
especially when the base was buying out
Yes.
everybody. Right?
Oh, we did that.
Oh, dude.
Every day, that was
that's every day, bro.
was an everyday
the thing
activity.
is that I don't
Every
know if
day
y'all
with
knew
that
this.
Disney Channel flow.
Dude, shut
Yeah.
the.
So this is Reed's last podcast.
So the cops would check out on these abandoned houses often because they didn't want people living in them, right? Like homeless people, whatever. So I would go in there and just bust up in there, bro. I
Bro,
would
we did
break
so much
the
stuff.
windows, allegedly, paint the walls.
Dude, we all
Sma-
did that though.
Okay, right?
I have worse. All right, so you busted up windows.
Right.
I was busting down girls and
In abandoned houses?
no, not in abandoned houses, but in my neighborhood there weren't that many houses built at the time, so they started building new ones, and they would put the carpet down
no.
and everything.
Bro.
Are you serious? Allegedly?
Allegedly, 75% of the houses built in my back. In the back.
Wait, what?
Listened every single room of every single house.
I was doing them a favor, honestly.
I
But
worked this one in.
You meet the guy that like moves into one of the houses, like, yo, yeah, this house is nice and broken in. It's like, how do you know? I was like, nah,
nah,
that's
I
not-
took care of it.
No,
I took care of it for
nice
you.
house, but don't get a black light.
Nice house and nice carpet. Very
Weird stain.
You get invited over to his house. You're like, this is a really nice carpet. Yeah, kinda, it
Dude.
leaves burns though on your back.
It's a little rough.
You know those things you do when you're kids and you don't think about it at the time, but like afterwards you're like, what the fuck was I doing?
All the
Bro,
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
all the time.
carpet.
Yeah.
When they put the carpet down, I knew that I was a go. It was a go.
Does this
for
give you
sure.
flashbacks?
No, it was actually really nice. It was like brand new. So
Oh, there's something wrong with my carpet?
no, it was just allegedly. It was just really fluffy and clean, and
Yeah. The house wasn't fully
You're
built.
saying if I get a new carpet, you might.
Yeah. Oh, bust
I have
down.
to christen it.
That's his new thing. Like new carpet. He's like, oh my god. Oh my god.
It's my
Need to do
fetish.
something
I'm
about
not
that.
getting carpet in my house.
That's why this man wants to move out so bad. Like,
I need new carpet.
We get our house and Reed's just like, yo, you got new carpet in here?
Yo, I got 10 girls coming over right now.
Let me take care of this for you. I got you. I
how
got
many
you.
rooms does it have? Right.
Oh,
How many
okay,
with
yeah,
carpet?
yeah.
Right.
Wait,
okay.
what color's the carpet? Oh,
One
right.
girl for every carpet.
You're dumb.
Oh my god. I'm gonna get a house with Every room is a different kind of carpet.
I don't do that anymore, by the way. I don't do that.
My house is gonna have no carpet.
Strictly
All hardwood floors. Yes.
Tile and hardwood floor
God
for you.
dang.
There you go.
Dude.
I need
We're
to
making
up
sure
my
the crowd
game.
work is gonna be great in the house.
This man's a felon. I thought I was bad
Nah,
for
dude.
drifting in a school
I
parking lot.
haven't
That's it.
told those stories in like a long time. So.
Dude, I never knew those stories.
Yeah.
We've known you for forever, dude.
I know.
Illegal?
Illegal?
Yeah, you got
Me?
anything?
Yeah?
You got
I
anything?
told you.
Tax evasion.
I never.
Oh.
Yeah, I pay my taxes allegedly.
Who does that?
We
That's so
should bleep out every allegedly. So
It's just gonna be full of bleeps, dude.
Dude, no, we can't because that's the name of this episode.
Exactly.
Dot 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 dot.
We're bleeping
fire.
everything
No, that was Jonathan.
else.
That's
That was
my
Jonathan.
idea.
dude.
You didn't hear that?
No, that's
Allegedly.
fire.
We're bleeping everything
Jeez.
else out except for the words allegedly. So it's just gonna be beep, allegedly.
Allegedly.
But still, we'll still have like a bunch
gonna be
of
no story.
audio.
No
'cause we
story
said it so
whatsoever.
many times.
Yeah, fact.
I'm trying to think if I have any more. I know I do, but like
Because I'm worried.
Save it. Save them.
about you.
Save them.
save them.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do?
Yeah, no,
another
that's
one?
what we need for the Patreon. After every podcast, we'll say, guys, go look on the Patreon for Reed's epic
Yeah,
story.
his felonies.
Yeah, his
He's got
felonies.
many of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I do have a couple.
Ooh, juicy.
I have a couple more.
Yeah, no, this is solid. We're at about an hour now. Just about. So if y'all want to wrap it up,
Yeah,
do the
no one's
outro.
got any stories. No one else has any.
I've got a
Am
couple.
I the only
but it's all
felon?
Save
good.
'em.
We'll
Okay.
save them for the next
Vandalizing.
one.
Yeah.
All
Oh, not my.
All right.
Dap him up
Tap
right
him up right now.
Jab him up.
Send us out of here, Cullum.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to go hit the link in the bio to go get your Anchor EDC shirts. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell.
Yes,
This
sir.
has been Built Different with Cullen, Jonathan, Reed, Kyle, and Shane as our guest star.
Yes.
Go to the OnlyFans and watch them kiss.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
y'all. Thank
Peace.
y'all.